Yeah, hello everybody, how you all doing? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all good, or hello, it's your first time here. I'm Wayne, and I also hope you're good too. Right, got NHRA, fire-breathing monsters, drag racing I believe. Looking forward to doing this. Obviously I know what drag racing is, I've seen it over the years on telly and stuff like that. The closest place to me though is a place called Santa Pod. It's 3 hours away. I know that to you guys in America, that is very, very close. But no, 3 hours away, that's like half the country away. So yeah, it's like... But there is things like stock car racing and that near me, which I ain't even been to. I ain't done bloody much. I'm hoping that this YouTube opens my mind to the world. As I say, I live in a tiny bloody village. I'm not exposed to the world since the internet came out. Right, anyway, what am I on about? Fire-breathing monsters. I'm looking forward to this, and this is suggested as well by Kelly Schnell. Thank you. I think this is the second suggestion of yours I'm doing. As I say, I'm not doing them in any particular order, really. I'm just writing them down. Oh, like I had a bogey on my face then. Sorry. What am I on about? Let's get on with this, right? I'll give it a subscribe. Give it. Oh, wheels. Oh, somebody did mention in the comments as well on my NFL one that when I gave it a thumbs up on the video I was reacting to, a football appeared. And someone said in my comments that happened on mine when I've reacted to that video. So, thanks for letting me know. And then, I'm wondering if it's the same thing. I've just done the thumbs up and a tyre appeared where the thumbs up thing is. Anyway, just things I'm noticing. I'm noticing different things. Alright, anyway, let's get on with it. Oh, empty. The physics on these confuse the hell out of me.
I remember back when I was 4 or 5 years old, holding my dad's hand and watching the legends of the sports.
And it was just gladiators getting in these machines that were so unimaginable that made me want to go out and race.
The fact that, oh, good place to stop, US Army. I don't know, the tiny wheel, right, I'm guessing, it can go both ways. In my mind, the steering on that is super, super sensitive or super terrible. Because of little tiny wheels. But I'm leaning on, it's probably super, super sensitive. And I'm guessing that the steering wheel, or not so much a wheel, is tiny. But I don't, apart from what I've seen the outside of these things, I have no idea what they look like on the inside and the mechanics of them. I don't think this is going to get into that. I don't think. I don't know. We'll see.
It's insane on what we do, but what makes NHRA racing so special is the intensity.
It's like being a manic depressant.
That's it.
It's
Looks
just the highs
terrifying.
of highs and the lows of lows.
Well, it's perfect for my attention span. It's 3.5 seconds of bad to the bone. I get to 4 seconds and I'm like, squirrel, parachutes, that's it.
I don't care what all these old macho race car drivers tell you what it's like. You are hanging on for your life. You're talking 4 to 5 G's like the space shuttle when it leaves the starting line.
Like being strapped to a rocket, you're getting over 320 miles an hour in just 4 seconds.
You know, it's music to my ears once I hear that starter.
When it leaves the starting line.
Like being strapped to a rocket, you're getting over 320 miles an hour in just 4 seconds.
I thought that's what she said. She said miles an hour. Even kilometers an hour, that's mental. But Jesus, I knew they were fast. Man.
You know, it's music to my ears once I hear that starter spin over and hit the ignition switch, then it's time to roll.
Oh, Jesus.
I get to go do a lot of other racing with.
As a Brit, right, where drag racing is not massive, nowhere near as it is in America, I would imagine. In my mind, when I think of drag racing, it's this style car. I do know that there's others all different types, like the trucks and stuff like that, but this is what comes to my mind every time.
Pretty cool race car drivers. Some of the I get to go do a lot of other
They
racing.
really snap.
Pretty cool race car drivers. Some of the best in the world.
Flexible.
They'll drive anything, but when you bring them out to a drag race, When you offer them to jump into a 10,000 horsepower funny car like I drive, they shake their head and say, not a chance.
I'm not gonna lie, right? I like driving. I drive a damn Mini, right? Right. If someone offered me a chance to get behind the wheel of that, I'd want to say yeah, but at the same time, I'd be terrified at the moment. Like, nah, I'd have to watch you a bit. Is there any training cars of these where you actually, there's a passenger where you can get, oh, you just thrown straight in at the deep end? Nope, you're in there, strap you in, off you go. Press that if you want to stop. I don't know. How'd you train?
Whether on the start line or in the stands, the ground shakes underneath you. It's that kind of horsepower that you're feeling. It's unbelievable. It's a runaway freight train.
He's excited talking about it. It's in his heart, isn't it?
These cars are animals, so you definitely have to respect them. No matter how comfortable you become or how confident you get, these things will turn around and slap you in the face and make you look stupid.
No time to react.
You got 20 different race teams out here, 20 different crews, 20 different crew chiefs, 20 different drivers, and yet we can come up with almost the same formula and go out on the racetrack and race within a thousandth of a second of each other at over 330 miles an hour.
The first time I ever got in one of these cars, I was scared to death. I've, driven.
Right. I don't break the speed limits. I drive normal speeds, honest, right? Driving home from up the road, Boston, the other day, this car was going 55 mile an hour, 60 mile an hour speed limit. He was going 55 mile an hour, and I want to get past him. Do you know what I mean? Cars building up behind me. So when I started getting past him, the knob looked at me and decided to put his foot down. And so rather than me dropping back, I put my foot down, long, clear road. And I'm not joking, I got to about 92 miles an hour. I was shitting myself. I'm not even joking. I don't know if it was that car or I'm just not made to go fast. But yeah. Absolute arsehole as well. He was driving so for ages, I decided to get past him. He looks at me and decides to floor it. Not bad.
Super comp cars. I've driven A-fuel cars, but this is a whole...
My point is, I couldn't imagine them sort of speeds. Absolutely couldn't imagine it.
The first time I ever got in one of these cars, I was
scared to death.
I've, driven super comp cars, I've driven A-fuel cars, but this is a whole different monster.
When I hit the throttle, it parked me in the seat. It shoved me back, and it was a G-force. That thing was carrying the front end. It was trucking.
It's just an unbelievable piece of equipment, and the fact that these crew guys can tear it down, rebuild a motor in just under an hour in between each round is pretty unbelievable.
That's what I love about the motorsport.
Giving the fans pit access to watching these.
The engineers don't get... Are the engineers mechanics? Engineers? Scientists? These people, I don't feel as though... Same with Formula 1 and that. I don't feel as though they probably get enough recognition. It's all about the driver, innit? And not even so much about the team. But yeah, they are scientists, aren't they, at the end of the day? Because I know in Formula 1, I guess it's the same as this, shaving off thousandths of a second and all that sort of stuff. But I think Formula 1, I believe, is just basically scientists and engineers trying to flex more than anything. I don't know, I saw something about Formula 1 being more about engineers flexing opposed to being a real sport, but I kind of feel so that, yeah, engineers are what make it happen.
Monsters get
Give them more respect.
Watching them get raced, watching them get torn apart again by the best men and women in the world that work on cars.
Every ticket gets you right in here to the pit area. That's something that's really unique that this sport has to offer over any stick and ball sport, and certainly over any other motorsport.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
I put my helmet on, and once they sit me in a car and strap me, that's when Antron goes from like I look now to the gladiator face where you get serious and you get in the zone to go do battle.
I want to beat all of them. I even want to beat my own daughter, Courtney, my youngest. She's a real...
I bet mentally, sorry I paused a lot, I know. I bet mentally it really does drain you, the build up to it and the thing itself. I bet you feel exhausted afterwards, all that adrenaline. You must do.
To the gladiator face where you get serious and you get in the zone.
You have to be fit and healthy.
I want to beat all of them. I even want to beat my own daughter, Courtney, my youngest. She's a real pain to me.
It's always extra gratifying to beat the ones that, you know, are the best out here.
You know, it's easy to win well, but nobody likes losing, and I have a hard time walking over and say, hey, good job beating me, buddy. You know what I mean?
Just so where they
I don't want to do that. I care too much about it to lose easily like that.
You're about to maybe make history. You're about to maybe time travel. You're maybe about to go out and explode an engine and catch fire. It wasn't until I was almost coasting to a stop that I could hear the safety guys pull up in the truck next to me yelling at me to pull the brake and stop the car.
When I first saw the explosion then, it looks like it came from kind of behind the cab where he sat, but it obviously engines in front of him. It happened where he was. Mental.
It wasn't until I was almost coasting to a stop that I could hear the safety guys pull up in the truck next to me yelling at me to pull the brake and stop the car. Thank God all the safety stuff worked, but heck of a way to end the night.
Engineers, scientists.
When you beat people that already created history, when you beat them, it gives you a little stripe on your belt because you're creating some history yourself. If you're beating the best,
sound of that engine in the background.
You know, seeing that win light come on, knowing nobody can pass you in the points, it's over, you're the champion, you know, it doesn't get any finer than that.
You're gifted with that moment, and that moment is huge when you got the right people behind you.
everybody has to be together.
See, acknowledge that. I love that. Everybody behind it.
You're gifted with that moment, and that moment is huge when you got the right people behind you.
Everybody has to be together on that same page. When you get that perfect unison, that's when championship teams are born.
The overpowering feeling you get watching one, let alone driving it, that pure awesomeness. I don't know what else to say. It made me want to be a drag racer.
This is the extremest sport on the planet. We're the fastest sport in the world.
Not sure I've got the fortitude to do that.
The sky's the limit.
I would want to.
And I love where it's headed.
This is built for drag racing. Short, effective, and nasty.
There's NASCAR, there's IndyCar, there's F1, there's outlaw racing. I'm not taking anything away from them, but the real difference is drag racing. It's the ride of a lifetime. I always say it's better than sex, but how would I know at my age?
When it comes to Formula 1 and drag, right, I would prefer to go and watch a drag. As he just said, I couldn't be bothered to sit and watch lap after lap after lap. Again, not taken away from it. Some people like that sort of thing. But yeah, he said as long as you've got the right team behind you and it all comes together, it's great. Imagine Formula 1, you've all seen Formula 1, right? Imagine being that guy, right, that changes the wheel. I couldn't do it like that. I'd probably drop the nut and not add thousands to the second. I'd be adding minutes. I don't know where it's gone. So yeah, all precision. And even down to the guys, every last bit, I bet their hearts are going. Absolutely mental. Every bit of, every like step. It all has to be orchestrated to come together. So what does NHRA stand for? Racing Association? They just look so cool, man. It's like about bed. Just gonna let it play out. There we go, that's the end of it. Right, thank you, Kelly Chanel, for the suggestion on that. So, how much would I need? How much would a man need just to get started very basically on this? Not that I'm planning on doing it anytime soon, but I bet it's extremely expensive to get into, innit? See, I can't even afford to get into banger racing. I don't think that's anything that you have over there, is it? Is it? I don't know. Banger racing, stock car racing, is where you just take some crappy old car, and I mean crappy, just paint random logos with house wall paint on it, and just drive around crashing into stuff. But yeah, I can't even afford to do that, let alone drag racing. But I bet to even get started, it ain't cheap at all. But yeah, amazing, loved it. I like the ones that are shaped like muscle cars, they're my favourite. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, give us a thumbs up if you want to. Put stuff in the comments for me to read and react to, and consider subscribing. That would massively help me out. And enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye. Bye bye.